so today we want to talk about tools that you're going to need out there on the boat. And we're going to start with the basics. You should always have a Phillips screwdriver on the boat. Okay, another one will be a flat screwdriver. Pair of scissors. You want some needle nose. A small Phillips. Kind of a smaller Phillips there. And a small flat screwdriver. So these are basic tools that you want to have on the boat. Another thing that I carry, these cutters to cut a wire if you need to cut a wire. I also take this. This is to remove or replace the filter, the water separating filter on the boat. That's also important to have in the boat. You don't want to need this and then not have it. I also take a pair of pliers, just regular pliers, nothing fancy. Take one of these. This is vice grips are always, they can always help you out in a pinch. Okay, I also take small Phillips for those tight spots and a small flat for tight spots. These are some of the tools that you will need. I actually also take a little hammer like this. You know, if the starter doesn't work, sometimes with a little tap, it might take you home. I keep it there just for whatever, and it can come useful at times. Now I have two wrenches that are kind of rusted out, but these wrenches are the ones that are the size for the nuts on the batteries, on the battery of the boat. They're kind of rusty now because, you know, where they're at, they get salt. But these I use because they're the nuts. The battery has two nuts to remove the connection. I do carry an extra prop, and then I have all the different the nut, thrust washer. I also carry this in case I need to replace the propeller. I have an extra propeller. This includes a cotter pin, the thrust I also carry this because I do have a spare prop. Comes with all the hardware that I'm going to need, including the wrench here, which I use to replace the propeller in case of a mishap out there. I have this here that goes in here, and this will replace. This fits exactly into the nut for the propeller. So these are just some of the tools. I also carry, oddly enough, a piece of wood. Why a piece of wood? Because if I'm changing the propeller, I might need to put this under, so it holds the propeller while I change it, should I have a propeller mishap, if the propeller breaks or spins out, whatever the case may be. So these are just some of the tools that I carry. I carry a few of these. These are, you know, haven't used them yet ever, but in case you need to, a hose breaks and you need to cut it and you need to put this on it, I carry a few of these. They don't take up a lot of space, but these are the size that I need for the gas hoses that I have on the boat. Carry 4 of them just because I have 4 of them, but I carry that in case I need to use one of these. I carry tie wraps. I carry these tie wraps also in case I need to tie wrap something in a pinch. I have it available there. Another thing that I do, that I carry this, not necessarily recommending this one, although this is a great one, the Genius Boost. I carry this in case, you know, I need to jump start the boat, you know, in a pinch. There it is, you know, it's just a jump starter kit. Very small, but very powerful. And I have this where I can also connect it in the boat and charge it up while I'm driving. So I carry that also in the boat in case I need to jump start the boat. I got a little case here that I put it in, and that's what I basically carry on the boat. Besides carrying the spare prop, I have a stainless steel prop, and I carry an aluminum prop with me. Why an aluminum as a spare? Because it's just lighter and it's you know, easier to store somewhere. So I mean, this is what I recommend. That doesn't mean that this is the best. It's just what I believe works for me, and you know, and it's gotten me out of pinches and little problems of broken hose, you know, some wires that I need to cut. I also have a little roll of electrical tape that I carry also inside the boat, which I'm not showing here. I carry electrical tape, and this is basically it. Now, to change the prop on a boat on the water, obviously I like to, if I've done it once actually, I just basically take one of the lines, tie it to my waist or somewhere in my arm, in my wrist. That way I don't float away while I'm trying to change the prop. So I tie the rope to the boat, and I tie it to my wrist or somewhere in my body. That way, if there is a current, I'm, you know, not gonna float away from the boat, which might not be a good thing. So this is the propeller that I use. This is the spare to aluminum. The reason why I use aluminum is because it's just lighter. I can hold it with one hand. And it's just easier to replace in the water. Stainless steel, they're pretty heavy. So I use an aluminum propeller as a spare out there. So I'm going to show you how to remove one propeller and place the other one on the boat. And it's easy to get you back home. You need a nose, and then you have all the different hardware that you are going to be needing, plus your tool and famous piece of wood. Okay, so this is what you're going to be needing to change your propeller if you're in the water or at home. Piece of wood and your wrench. Get it ready, and then your needle nose, because you want to take off this cotter pin. Now in a pinch, you might want to reuse this if you don't have one in the boat, or you can't find one, but you do want to replace these. These look, you know, do get beating up when you're trying to take them off or put them on, and you don't want them to get weak, because this is what holds the nut. Okay, after you take that out, this is what the wood is for. You want to place it here. That way when you turn your prop to remove the nut, see, this doesn't turn. This holds the prop in place. If not, it will be spinning. So once I put the wood in there, it holds the blade here, and now I can turn it and remove the nut. So you have the nut. Now you have a washer, and then now you can pull your propeller out. Sometimes it may take a little wiggle, but the propeller is up. Okay. So you know, have it nice and greased up. This comes out, the thrust washer. That's what it's called. Okay, and then you want to inspect here. You don't want to see any fishing line or anything around this area here, because that will dig into your seals and it'll break your you'll get water into your lower unit where the gears are at. So this is pretty greased up. I keep it pretty greased up. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the aluminum propeller in here in place of the stainless steel. I am making a video to show you how it's done, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the propeller. So here it is. This is my aluminum propeller. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the boat. Go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get this washer on. Then it's a position where it feels just right. See, that's the way it should be going in there. If you put it the opposite way, just so you'll see, it's going to be wobbly. It's not going to set. It's not going to set comfortably. So you have to remember, if you don't know which side is which, just look at how nice this set. See, this is a nice set there, and that's how you'll tell. That's how you'll know that the washer is set correctly. Then simply put your prop in there. It'll slip right in. So now you're getting places. Okay. Then you have this ring here. Okay, that you want to place in there. Again, it has a proper set. If it won't, then it has to set. There it is. See the difference, and what I want to show you is, you see how when you set it incorrectly, it's dancing in there. That's not what you want. You want it to go in there and bite the splines that are there. There it is. See how it bit the splines? And I'm going to show you that one more time. This is the wrong way. It won't bite. If I place it the right way, turn it around, that bit in there just perfectly. You have your washer, your nut, and then you screw your nut in there. Do it by hand first, as much as you can. There's a little hole here that you're looking for. That little hole is where the cotter pin is going to go in. Okay, so this is where the piece of wood will go. When you want to tighten it up, you want to put your piece of wood in here. That way it holds on to your one of the blades. You get your tool and you tighten it. So let's tighten it. Okay. The wood is going to hold it. Now you don't want to over tighten this. What you want to look now for is the hole for the cotter pin. If you can't find it, you might have to tighten a little more or loosen it up. I think I got it right on the center there. It's not over tightening. Right there. So now you get your cotter pin. Again, I'm reusing this one, and it can't be reused in a pinch. I don't suggest that you use it all the time. You might have to straighten it out. And to be honest, I mean, if you need in a pinch and you need to go to shore, because you have to, you can always just leave it without a cotter pin. So there's the pin right there. And once it's in, you want to just give it a slight bend with the needle nose. Bend it so that way it doesn't come out. And that's more than enough right there. So now your prop is in there, set, ready to go. Okay.